Ci sono? Rieccomi. Scusatemi. Ho avuto un mega down nella connessione. È stato abitare in mezzo al nulla crea questo e altro. Ci sono. Cosa stava succedendo? Cecchino, tetto. Ok. Scusate davvero. Mi è saltato tutto. Ho avuto un picco a zero. Ho messo un attimo lì e poi prima di sistemarlo è passato un sacco di tempo.
It's from before my mother got sick and we moved here. I loved reading stories about pirates, so my father drew a treasure map for me. I searched the whole house, one clue at a time. It led me to this enormous tree in the yard where Daddy had put up a tire swing.
Che cosa devo fare? Ah! Adesso mi faccio menare da qualcuno.
Bing bang!
Hello, Smirnoff residence.
You're
Blacksad
dead!
here.
No, I got you with my lasso!
Can you quiet down, kids?
Dunn got killed for stirring the hornet's nest.
And you confessed your crime!
Kids, please.
He'd been investigating athletes for months, including Helen Moore and Al Stone, among others. Dunn's notes aren't all that clear, and I'm not sure what he was after. But I'd say we're facing a widespread corruption case.
Well, if you're right, that could be some dangerous evidence. Bring it here ASAP.
Sì, se ci
Sure,
arrivo
but
vivo.
there's something important that I need to finish first.
Caricamenti veloci.
I wanted to follow a certain lead on my own before Smirnov had the chance to see anything. According to his notebook, Dunn had seen Craig Spano at Sam's Diner just 4 days before his death.
Get out of here, pussy!
I have some questions for you.
Oh, well, maybe I don't have answers for a pussy.
It might have been easier to slap the information out of him, but I decided to trust in a universal truth. Everyone is guilty of something. You don't know who I am, right?
Don't know and don't care. Come on, spit it out.
I'm John H. Blackmore, Public Health Inspector.
Oh, yeah, right. There are some real freaks around here, so I have to be firm, you know? Have you eaten? Dinner's on the house.
After you answer my questions.
Sure, go ahead. Your call. Always at your disposal, Inspector. Ask away.
Fear turned him soft and made him talk. Sure enough, Dunn had been there a few days back with a chimpanzee who matched Spano's description. Apparently, the guy still lived with his father. Dunn said he couldn't stay there a day more. For the time being, he would move into his place.
Wait a minute. What does public health services have to do with that chimp?
The chimp died of food poisoning,
But wait, he didn't even eat.
which is even worse.
Abbasso i conigli.
Dunn had taken Spano to his place. I wanted to believe that when Randall Lee broke into the apartment, Spano fled to his former address. But where could that be? I gotcha.
Al primo colpo.
If the living have rich and poor neighborhoods, so do the dead. In the mid-19th century, Greenwood became the resting place to the city's most distinguished citizens.
Cosa stai
Thinkers,
facendo?
scientists, writers, inventors, artists, businessmen, politicians, police officers, thieves, pimps, and murderers. Here lie the bodies of the soulless minds that raised New York from the ground up. Now you know where to go to become somebody in the Big Apple.
Intanto vi faccio vedere che cosa ho recuperato ieri facendo la spesa da vero gamer. La Dr. Pepper. Allora, iniziamo a scavare in qualche tomba, direi. Macabro. Sarà pieno di figurine sto cimitero, perché giustamente chi è che non nasconderebbe delle figurine in un cimitero? Io credo sia la mia preferita invece. Potrei bere Dr. Pepper tutto il giorno. Chi o cosa stiamo cercando?
a Celtic cross. Supposedly, the ring keeps the devil at bay by reflecting the sunlight. Really handy at this time of the day.
Sa di buono. Sta però.
According to the book I found at Dunn's place, fans of the sport leave baseballs on Bradwick's tomb to pay their respects. It's strange that I don't see any. Maybe they're gone with the wind, or somebody claimed them as part of their inheritance.
Caramella gommosa sciolta.
It'd be even better with a skull between the bats. I've never trusted angels. When they fall, they turn into demons.
Ma un altro trofeo così alla boia.
If this had been here over 30 minutes, it'd be covered in ants.
Qualcuno è appena stato qui. Vai, mi è rimasto qua. Ce l'hai?
Still hot.
È sull'albero. Andiamoci sotto. Facciamoci saltare in testa. Ah, ma è il figlio, è Spannu lì, come si chiama? Lo scimpanzino. E adesso accendiamo l'albero per farlo scendere.
I found a baseball glove at Joe Dunn's place. A glove signed by a great star. I couldn't believe my luck. Joe Dunn met with someone at the diner, close to his gym. Then he took that person to his house, so that he didn't have to live at the cemetery. I would have never guessed the person's identity. I'm investigating a case of sports corruption. I think a considerable amount of athletes are involved, both current celebrities and former stars.
Pure.
Barley's are the absolute worst. Who are you?
I'm John Blacksad, private investigator.
How's Joe?
One question at a time. It's my turn.
Your turn.
Why are you hiding here?
Because I fear for my life. Because this is the only place where I feel safe. Because Joe took me to his home. But they went looking for me there too.
What did he want from you? And who wants to kill you?
One question at a time. How's Joe?
What would happen if I told him the truth? Would he lose it? Could I take that chance? Joe Dunn is dead. Murdered.
I told you, Joe. How did it happen?
One question at a time. My turn. What did Dunn want from you?
He wanted to know who was playing dirty in the sporting business. Dirtier than usual, that is. Wrecked lives, careers, ruined at the top of the game. He wanted to know if the same had happened to me. He wanted to know if the end of my career and my disappearance had anything to do with all that. He wanted me to confirm who was behind it all. The guy who had him killed. Our old friend, the surgeon.
Is Mitchell the surgeon? Is he the person behind all of this? That surgeon you mentioned, is he...
My turn. I want to know why I should trust you.
Because I take my job very seriously. It's my turn. That surgeon that you mentioned, is he in this photo I got here? Ow! Hey!
È scappato.
Hey, that toss was... Both my ear and my self-esteem would hurt for days. But at least I had a new lead to follow. The surgeon. The bastard had avoided my scrutiny by passing as a hospital doctor. But now, all of my senses were on guard. No matter how good the disguise or how well he hid, I would find him.
Ma voi lo fate mai il giochino con la lattina della
So,
lettera? Con la
what you're
lingua?
saying is, one,
Ah,
there's a
B,
corruption
C,
scandal
D.
involving all kinds of athletes. Two, our puppet master is a surgeon named Mitchell, a man who
È uscita
happened
una
to
lettera
fight in the
D.
war with Dunn, right?
Maybe, but it could be no more than a false lead.
Anyway, where was I? Number three, right? Three, since Dunn was on his trail, Mitchell, or whomever, hired an anteater to get rid of him. Then, since you were also shaking the wasp's nest, he went after you. But the anteater made a mistake, and Mitchell, or whomever, killed him to cover his own tracks. And, wait, four, the key to all this lies with a common friend of Dunn's and Mitchell's, Craig Spenow. Do you really trust him?
I have the feeling there's something Craig didn't tell me. I don't know what exactly, but I'll find out.
Four. No, I mean, five. Dunn was murdered 4 days after taking Speno to his house. If that doesn't make him suspect, makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could make sense.
Ha! Who's the detective now? Let's follow up with the suspects. You told Smirnoff that even though you're sure Yale is innocent, you think he's hiding something. But what about O'Leary? 6.
O'Leary wouldn't have sent Randall to kill Dunn. He would have dragged him to his basement, given him his little speech, and then killed him himself. Nah, I know O'Leary, and he wouldn't have sent a hitman. He would have taken matters into his own hands.
What about Cassidy? 7, right?
I think it's safe to rule out Cassidy as Dunn's murderer. He seems too impulsive to have planned such a twisted crime. Whoever planned the whole thing knew the suicide theory would fall through, so he manipulated the clues to incriminate Yale. Cassidy is too impulsive to pull off such an intricate plan.
So, even if you have your doubts, Mitchell is the one pulling the strings. And you know why? Because in novels, the murderer is always someone the detective knows from the beginning.
Well, that could be the case in British novels. You know, where everyone in the mansion where the murder took place is a suspect. But this might just be an American whodunit, where the detective doesn't even meet the culprit until the last scene.
You mean we still don't know who's pulling the strings?
I didn't say that. How did it go with Helen Moore?
I didn't get anything, even though it started out really well. I asked to interview her along with her boyfriend, Al Stone. Since I'm a big shot, they were happy to oblige. Perfect. Now, time for the interview. I'll go back and forth so you don't get bored. So, who goes first? Here's a question for Al. Your manager is Frank Cassidy, president of the Boxing Managers Association of New York. According to him, only boxers working with member managers should be allowed to compete. What do you think about that?
We never talk politics, honey. Athletes should steer clear of controversy and stay focused on their sport, don't you think?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, now. Here's one for Helen. What can you say about the rumors that claim you were in a relationship with Desmond O'Leary?
Oh, honey. It would be such a shame to mention that shady character in your article, wouldn't it?
Well, why?
I'm sure your newspaper would hate to fire someone as talented as you.
Oh. Okay. Moving on. So, Al. In just 12 days, the contender will try to steal your belt. Any thoughts on your fight against Yale?
Yeah, sure.
My Al is going to kick that thug's behind. Isn't that so, honey?
Yeah, well, we'll see. No such thing as a weak rival.
Nonsense. You are and will be world champion. Next question.
Now what? Here's one for both of you. How did you meet?
At the party organized by Des...
Al, who threw the party doesn't matter one bit. What matters is that I saw you and you saw me. Our paths crossed and our lives were changed forever.
Okay, one more question, and...
Al, honey, can you answer it? I've gotta go say hi to a fan. I'll be right back, Mr. Pulitzer.
Wait. You mean she stopped smiling when that fan showed up?
Yeah.
Could you describe him for me?
I'll be able to show you something as soon as I'm done developing these pictures. And actually, I thought it was odd too. So while I continued to interview Stone, I managed to take some pictures of Moore and whoever her mysterious fan was. All right, so where were we? Are you ever jealous about sharing your sweetheart with America?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm jealous, but I know that someone so popular and honest can draw the wrong kind of attention. There are plenty of people who would love to put an end to her career, so it's not easy.
Let's get that picture taken. Let's see what you think about this. Close your eyes and rest your chin on your fist. The boxing thinker.
Like these?
Exactly.
capire adesso cosa scatto a caso.
Wait, I accidentally moved. Stand still. I'll take another one. All right, so where were we? Let's get that picture taken. Turn around and show me those biceps from behind.
Like that?
That's it. Wait, I accidentally moved. Stand still. I'll take another one. What's with me today? Don't move, please. Now we got it. Should we keep at it? Your manager is Frank Cassidy, president of the Boxing Managers Association of New York. According to him, only boxers working with member managers should be allowed to compete. What do you think about that?
Cassidy is a great manager, really. No complaints there. And the work he's putting in as president of the association is really valuable. But, I don't know, maybe in this case, Joe Dunn was right. Wait, no. Could you keep that last comment off the record? You know, on the down low.
My lips are sealed. I'm going to take one more, all right? Okay, now raise your head and your arms up like you were celebrating a victory.
Like these?
Exactly. What's up with me? Stand still. I'll take it again. I can't seem to get it right. Don't move. It's about time. Finally, we're all set.
Wait. So, are you telling me the photos are developed? Or is that what you said to Stone?
Both. Just look.
Who's that guy?
I know he's not a fan. You should have seen her face when she saw him. How much do you think each bicep weighs?
A lot, but less than your tongue.
You're hilarious.
Who's that guy?
I know he's not a fan. You should have seen her face when she saw him.
Look at his hand. Is he pulling something out of Moore's purse or putting it in? That's a decent picture, but it doesn't tell the truth.
Huh? Of course it's the truth. I was there.
Stone isn't as strong as he looks, and Moore certainly doesn't need him to lift her up. Look at his hand. Is he pulling something out of Moore's purse or putting it in?
You know, I thought he'd be cocky, but he didn't seem too convinced about beating Yale.
It makes sense. O'Leary's rigged the fight. Stone has to lose. I think she only smokes when she's nervous. What was making her nervous? I've seen that matchbox before.
E anche lui.
Wait, that's him.
Who?
Mitchell, the surgeon.
Seriously? We got him.
Not yet.
Right. We still have to find him. Hey, pal. Did you hear what I just said? We need to keep looking at all those pictures. We need a clue that'll take us to Mitchell. Hey, see? There. Just like I was saying.
Staremo arrivando alla fine, eh? Iniziamo ad aver escluso delle persone, dai. Ho ancora un'ora a disposizione, vediamo se riusciamo a concludere la storia oggi. Così, la prossima volta cambiamo giochino. O semplicemente se andiamo a farci ammazzare.
Brawls aren't even the worst part of my job. Sure, you may take a beating, but at least you get the chance to defend yourself. But when you're sitting in your car all night, there's no way out. Your legs cramp up, your back and neck feel stiff. Your entire body aches to be somewhere else. It's boring and repetitive.
Come sto giochino.
People were finally leaving the place. The bar was about to close.
Non ho visto passare nessuno.
And I hadn't seen
Però.
Mitchell go in or out. I had no choice.
I see you took me up on my invitation. And you're smart. You knew not to come until my anti-fur regulars had all cleared out.
I can't say no to good advice.
Or good bourbon.
Madonna.
Here's looking at you, Mr. What was your name?
As far as I knew, La Iguana always stayed neutral. He played poker with Cassidy, but his joint was used as the gambling drop-off for O'Leary's operation. Did it make sense to keep faking it? Or was it too dangerous not to?
Farnham. Howard M. Farnham II.
That's right. Howard Farnham from Ding Dong, Texas. You're natural. That sure beats your poker game.
This here's much easier. No cheating.
You barely flinched when Cassidy decided to teach that ego a lesson.
What do you want a fella to say? Between you and me, partner, this ain't my first showdown. We all got our own lethal barber.
Damn it.
Well, nobody's perfect. Tell me, what do you really want with Cassidy? I can't say it's clear to me.
I'm looking to start a boxing managers association in Texas. I could really use Cassidy's know-how.
Don't worry about it. I will. So, what about me? What do you want from me? No one comes to La Iguana just to drink and play pool.
I'm here looking for a regular of yours, Dr. Angus Mitchell.
What for?
I know he's got his own sport business, and I think a partnership would be profitable for the both of us.
Sure. Tell you what, I'll talk to Mitchell. Come back tomorrow night.
You don't understand. I have to talk to him, or else.
Or else what?
I don't think Cassidy would be too happy about the role this here dump plays in old Leary's gambling operation. You follow me?
Son of a bitch. All right. Give me your phone number, and I'll give you a call when Mitchell shows up.
No. You're gonna call him right now, and you're gonna give him this message. But when you're sitting in your car all night, there's no way out. Your legs cramp up, your back and neck feel stiff, your entire body aches to be somewhere else. It's boring and repetitive. It's so bad that your thoughts spiral in a never-ending loop. Like when you're stuck in your car, on surveillance duty. The owner of La Iguana was supposed to tell Mitchell that a certain anteater was still alive, and that it was only a matter of time before he ratted him out. With a bit of luck, that would make him nervous enough to force his hand. Now all I had to do was follow him.
Insomma, comunque volevo dire che rispetto alla volta scorsa oggi non sono ancora morto. Progressi. Ah.
He went in without it. I wonder what's in it.
Dai.
We'll be just fine, don't worry. Gil, stand guard right here. If the cat shows up, you know what to do. I'll be back in an hour.
L'ho vista. Bella.
Could I take him by surprise from over there? Although I don't know how I'd get there.
Un gringo. Dal tetto dobbiamo andare, dai.
Of course, he's Randall Lee's partner. I should be careful. When they gave me a beating, I could see he was kinda trigger happy. Mitchell, who fought with Dunn during the war, tried to pass as Yale's doctor.
Ci vai o non ci vai in sto Ri8? Niente figurine? 0-0? Non ci crede nessuno, dai. Devo arrivare sul tetto. Non pareva a me. Però non è seguito nulla. Comunque dovrei mandare sto gatto a lezione dai miei di gatti che si arrampicano tutto. Questo non è in grado di salire sul cassonetto, dai.
When you want to be silent, noise can be your best ally.
Bella arena. Capito che devo fare rumore, ma come? Madre. Che lentume. Ho un muletto. Conta che io alle 8 stacco. Sempre che non annega prima sto coso. Chi è? Gli imprevisti della diretta. Ho capito. Devo farmi un'ora di giro avanti e indietro per... Fighetto. No. No. E siamo morti. Me la sono buffata prima. Perché resta fermo se ne va? Via cavallo. Che cazzo? Riprova, riprova. Così mi guarda, mi vede, bla bla bla. Resta fermo, se ne va. Non è che ci vuole la scala, eh. Che cavolo. Ai tempi morti di un cadavere. È lì. Ora è di schiena. Non è questa la cosa, non è questa, no? Non è cosa. Mm. Adesso gli tiro una tegola in testa. So cosa fare. Mm. E così non ho esplorato il tetto. Molto bene. Magari togliamo la pistola. Che ne dici? No. Banale. Ci ha ammazzato solo 3 volte con quella pistola lì. Sapevo che non c'era da fidarsi della scimmietta. Portato in casa e poi? No.
What does this place have to hide?
Ci vorrebbe la metà del tempo per fare sto gioco se camminasse come si deve. Ho capito. Ho capito.
Will I need help? Who would I call?
Smirnoff.
Pier 36. Meet me in an hour.
Blacksad.
If you're coming from Montgomery, it's the 6th sea-facing warehouse.
What's going on?
And bring the cavalry.
Io l'ho informato, lo faccio venire qua e poi non ho nessuna prova da mostrargli. Non è un affarone, eh.
It could be an Ojibwa totem pole, in which case, the top animal would be a crane.
Questo è il padre del cavallo.
A dream catcher. It's supposed to protect children during the night, trapping all evil in its spider web. If I'm not mistaken, these are incense sticks, used in cleansing rituals. According to this, the warehouse belonged to a Canadian import company.
Questo è uno di quei classici giochi dove arrivi in fondo e dici, ah, però la storia, sì, carina. Lo suggeriresti a qualcuno? No. No.
Don't you even think of screaming.
I might not even talk.
It looks like an arrowhead.
Cosa mi rappresenta?
Everything seems to prove that Gil is a Native American, and I'm almost sure that the woman in the picture is his mother. What's this warehouse for?
It's where I take my naps. I thought that was obvious.
You know who'll always believe in you? Your mother. My mother never lost her faith in me. And I gave her plenty of reasons when I was a kid. It all started with something as stupid as keeping the change when she sent me for groceries. Then I started stealing fruit from the street stands. And finally, I turned to pickpocketing. Somehow, my mother managed to keep me in school until I got into college. But I never gave her reasons to believe in me then either. I made new friends. The type of friends that convince you to do things that wouldn't make a mother proud. Then Pearl Harbor happened. I got drafted and sent to Europe. I never knew how to follow orders. They sent me back home with a dishonorable discharge.
Che balla sta roba?
But when I got back, I was treated like a pariah, a veteran outcast who never should have come back in the first place. And yet, my mother never ceased to...
I also fought in the war. That's where I met Mitchell. They used me, like many of my people. And then they just tossed us aside. The first time Mitchell offered me to do this, I told him to take a hike. I wanted to get my act together, but I ended up begging him. I don't like Mitchell. I don't like the things he makes me do. I don't like that German rat either. But what I like least of all is myself.
Il topo tedesco.
I don't like what I did during the war, and I don't like what I'm doing now. Do you know what it's like to kill a friend for the sake of the mission? Huh. But my mother, she always thought I'd make amends and start anew. maybe it's time I did just that. It's number 3.
What if it was Gil who killed his partner, Randall Lee, under Mitchell's orders?
Zero guardie, solo il cavallo lì davanti. Mm. Mm. Pezzente. Sta scimmia mi sta sulle balle, oh. È lì, lo vedo già. No, non è... Ah!
Go it!
Hey,
You
it's all right. Don't be afraid, little girl.
Brunilda.
I'm a friend, okay?
Vita, no hurt.
Topo tedesco, Bitte.
Hey,
Vita, no hurt. Ah.
once upon a time, there was a good girl called...
Brunhilda.
Hi, my name is Brunhilde, and I'm very happy,
said Brunhilde. And then Brunhilde, who had a beautiful name,
really beautiful.
a really beautiful name, ran into someone very special.
Oh, who was it?
A very funny cat called John.
I'm a very funny cat, and my name is John. Hi, John the cat. I really like funny cats. Hi, Brunhilde. Since you're so nice, I'm gonna help you. Get out of a cage, too.
Nein, sad.
You say silly things, John the cat. So what are you gonna help me do? bake some delicious pies. I love pies. Which is your favorite? Wow, that's a very hard question. But John the Cat, it's the easiest question in the world. Let me show you how easy it is. My favorite pie is... pecan! Whoa, Brunhilde? That's exactly what I was about to say.
Well. Bern. John. Brunhilda. Fund. Do play. Each look.
Okay.
Hi, Berg. Why are you wearing that mask?
Well. Gas.
Well, maybe we should get out of here. What do you think, Berg? And what about you, Brunhilde? Don't you think that?
Vabbè, quindi...
A list of names? Somehow related to chemical agents?
Bobby Yale, Helen Moore, Craig Spano. Sono tutti i nostri omini. Brunilda.
Subject, Brunhilde Gruner. Treatment, day 1500. The patient's ability to speak continues to diminish. Now she can only pronounce the occasional word in German. Tissue degeneration persists. And yet, perhaps due to drastic reduction of benzylproline dosage and an increase of anupropion, we have observed a 3% of deceleration of said degeneration. Furthermore, and perhaps this is the best finding so far, the subject exhibits a mild recovery of her speaking. It's not a lot, and yet we are on the right track. All hope is not lost.
Adesso voglio vedere anche quelli di Yale. No, Sparrow, chi è? Lo scimmio.
Subject, Craig Spano. Treatment, day 0. The subject is a veteran baseball player who has lost speed, strength, and agility due to the regular aging process. The patient refers intense pain on the right scapula, most likely caused by an old injury. The goals of our medical approach are twofold. To relieve pain caused by the prior injury so that the subject can play without symptoms, and to help the patient regain the physical condition lost in the aging process, thus allowing him to perform at elite levels. Treatment. Day 120. The patient no longer feels pain when using his right arm, circumstance that allows him to pitch without fear. So far, the only side effect seems to be a slight euphoria experienced 3 hours after dosage, which subsides 4 hours later, taking the patient on an emotional roller coaster of sorts with bouts of mild trembling. Treatment. Day 341. Moments of euphoria and boosted physical performance have become increasingly short, while the ensuing periods of depression and weakness have become longer, including severe tremor. Although we have met all therapeutic goals, we will proceed to terminate the treatment in order to avoid causing irreparable physical and mental damage to the patient.
Ce la possiamo fare?
Mitchell is cashing in by selling drugs to enhance athletes' performances.
Compreso Yale a sto punto. Adesso ci facciamo ammazzare dalla scimmia.
worst part of Mitchell's scheme isn't that it's illegal or unethical. It's that he didn't even care about compromising the athlete's health.
Gil? You know you're not allowed down here. You know you're not allowed. It's...
You bastard! I steal you right here, right now!
I don't know.
You don't know? I know you're testing drugs on that girl.
Brunhilde? No, she's my daughter.